Daddy.
Woo! Yeah! Hi. So, a lot of you guys have been hitting me up on Twitter wondering how I lost the weight, based on what I talked about in my first video where I lost about 35 pounds. I put a challenge on myself to lose weight, and I did that, and I lost 35 pounds. So let's talk about the first 25 pounds that I actually lost without exercising. Don't hold me to this. This is just what worked out for me. So I'm sure you're wondering, what does this have to do with the movie? Well, without me losing the weight, I wouldn't have the confidence to do this and then hopefully make the movie with you. So speaking of the movie, let's check in with Mike and see how things are going with the script. How's it going with the script?
Well,
Yep.
yeah, I had a couple personal things come up last week. Not bad personal things, but I'll tell you more about it next week. Hopefully. Sorry.
So yeah, it's completely understandable that things like this happen when it comes to making little to no budget independent films. It's really difficult to hold people accountable when real life gets in the way and you're not getting paid for any of this. So let's cross our fingers and hope for the best for next week. Okay, well, let's get on to the good stuff. Let's talk about how I lost the first 25 without exercising. So let's catch you up to speed. I've been a heavy dude for most of my life. I've tried all the kind of dieting when it comes to everything from Weight Watchers, Slim Fast, you name it, all those little medicines and pills in between. None of that stuff seemed to work. So yeah, dieting hasn't really worked out so well for me. But about a year ago, I checked in with my doctor, where I did the typical kind of weigh-in deal, and she told me that, you know, you gotta lose some weight. You'd be surprised at how many times the doctor tells you that you have to lose weight, and how many times you just go, whatever. But you know what? It could be, pay attention, could be important stuff. So she had me scanned, and it turned out that my liver was quite enlarged. And she had told me that I actually had what was called a fatty liver, and it was at kind of a dangerous level. So that kind of put things in perspective for me. That I wanted to live a long life with my family, my wife, and my child, and I knew that I'd have to make a big move, and this is what I had to do. So, movies, right? You go, what? That's your first tip, movies? So hear me out. There's two films actually surprisingly kind of scared me into this weight loss. So both films are documentaries, and the first film is this film called Fed Up. It talks about how terrible the processed sugar industry is. They pointed out a lot of things that I was surprised to hear and could not believe. The one that really kind of shocked me was if you look on the side of a label, say of like the breakdown of like calories and whatnot on the food that you're eating, if you look down at the sugar section, you can actually see that there's no daily percentage. Where everything else is listed, sugar is not. And the crazy part is the little amount you're really supposed to be consuming a day, and the amount I was consuming was way past that. I usually was usually downing a bowl of cereal in the morning, and that alone is almost the entirety of my sugar intake for the day. My second movie was a film called That Sugar Film. I believe I caught it on Amazon or something. It's kind of like a reverse Supersize Me. It's like about a guy who's super healthy and decides he's gonna go on like a diet kick and try all the diet foods that are totally laced with sugar for an entire month. And the trade-off for him was that he actually gained 15 pounds in a month and then also had a fatty liver, an extremely fatty liver. So that kind of put my life in perspective at that point. So based on stuff I read and stuff I've obviously seen, I decided to cut processed sugar. Processed sugar meaning I basically was cutting out stuff like soda and snacks and cookies and minimizing my carbohydrates, because that was all that stuff turns into sugar unless I'm really exercising, which obviously, like I said, exercising wasn't my thing. Cutting sugar is the worst, because honestly, when you cut sugar, it feels like, if you were a smoker and you'd have cut smoking. And I'd fill the sugar kick with natural sugar stuff. So a lot of fruit stuff was really kind of a big filler for that. You know, in the morning I would have a Greek yogurt which I wasn't a yogurt guy, by the way. I'd have a 0% Greek yogurt with some fresh fruit, and that'd be my morning. The other things I cut and trimmed were fat. I definitely did only like 5% or less when it came to fat. For me, it was like a lot of lean stuff like chicken and turkey. Also, minimize a lot of my dairy because dairy was full of a lot of fat. You know, cheese. God, I love cheese. And you know, I liked it with a big glass of wine, which, by the way, alcohol, I had to start cutting down on alcohol. Also, like I said, didn't drink a lot anyway, but man, you know, cutting down on that one, that was tough. Okay, you've heard this one a million times when it comes to diets. Drink water. I'm telling you right now, water is key. Have as much water as you possibly can in a day. I do at least 8 bottles of water a day, but I'm always game to have more. Because honestly, water kind of makes you feel less hungry when just drink a lot, you know. It's an awesome substitute for stuff like, you know, soda and juice. Also, you can save a lot more money when you go out to the restaurants. So think about that. You lose weight and you save money. That's all a win. That's what I say. Okay, walking I don't believe is an exercise. I was put on this planet with 2 feet, so I'm using them and I'm burning calories. It's as simple as that. I like to use, and this is not an ad, I like to use like a Fitbit, right? But you can use whatever kind of fitness tracker you have or want. Steps, just counting steps is awesome. It makes things just a little less stressful because you feel like you're accomplishing something daily. And just walking, it's as simple as walk to work instead of drive to work, or walk to get food instead of drive to get food. You know, just simple things like that. Just the little things every day, that those steps can burn those calories. You don't need to worry about as much. So yay, walking. Okay, again, this isn't an ad, but as I mentioned before, the Fitbit, I like using that. But also, Fitbit makes a thing called an Aria, which is a scale. Now, a lot of people might not agree with this, but I like to step on the scale every single morning. I like to do my weigh-ins. For me, the weigh-in is awesome. It gives me kind of perspective on my day. If I've ate a little bad and I go to do the weigh-in the next day, I feel a little guilty. And so I make sure that I change up my food and my diet for that day. Based on how I stepped on in the morning. With the Fitbit Area, it actually connects to like the app, so it transfers all the info in one spot. So it's just good to see how your progress is going up and down. And the other thing I like to use is a George Foreman grill. And you're like, George Foreman grill, really?
It knocks out the fat.
It's a super fast, quick, easy tool to use when it comes to preparing food. At nighttime, I come home, I throw on a chicken breast and grill up a little veggies, and I have a good kind of solid dinner for it. Now it's a little dry. It's not the tastiest stuff in the world. It does the trick, but you know, it evens your calories and keeps everything lean, which is awesome. So there you go. I'm no doctor, not a nutritionist, I'm not a health nut. I'm just a dude who needed to lose weight, and this helped me, and maybe this will help you. And then check out my Instagram. I'm gonna start posting a lot of the food that I eat on this diet, and hopefully that can help you when it comes to losing your weight. Hit me up on Twitter if you think any of these tips can help you. If you dig this video, like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because I want to be on this journey with you, even if it's making movies or losing weight. Let's do this together. Okay, what's a good outro? What's a good outro? So until next time, stay classy, stay sexy. Bye. So until next time, there you go. Okay, so until next time, good luck on the diet. I am bad at coming out with these outros. Okay.